What's going on, everybody? We're back with a brand new video, and today, once again, I'm in the mobile studio. So if you hear any background noise or any variance from the normal audio quality, please attribute it to that. So with that being said, let's jump into today's video. I don't even know where to start because I don't want this video to go on too long, but I'm going to just start with this. It has become fairly obvious that the media arm of Clutch Sports, aka the LeMedia, has paid people to say nice things and to constantly push this narrative that LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. They have been doing so incessantly for the past, I would say, almost a decade. And as more and more people are starting to push back, particularly on the independent side, they've went to other tactics, moving on to tearing down other great players of the past and their eras in order to prop up the current one, and ergo LeBron James. And since the Nick Wrongs, the Shannon Sharps, the Colin Cowherds have so been thoroughly and constantly discredited, they've now had to try to institute new lackeys into their fold. Which brings me to this chump here. I think his name is Tom Haberstroh. And so basically, he comes out and is saying that when Jordan won DPOY, Defensive Player of the Year, in 1988, that was because his defensive numbers, basically they cooked the books, is what he's saying, because there was this discrepancy among steals on the road as opposed to at home. And then they're using this, how you know they're getting desperate. They used the quote from Scottie Pippen's book, where he said, I should have gotten some more of those steals that I got the deflection from. So this is how desperate they've become. This is literally the media equivalent. They're grasping at straws here. And so now I've seen Yahoo has got a story about it and whatnot. And they're desperate. They're just trying to do anything at this point, because here's what they know. They know that the ship has sailed on LeBron James being the greatest player of all time. And here's what I've said on this. I've kind of, I would say, tiptoed around. I haven't come out as strong on. But here's the thing. Honestly, if you could see me, I'm using air quotes. This debate it's never been one. It's never been close. It's so manufactured. It's not even funny. And I've been in sales before. And once you've been in sales, it's easy to identify when you're being sold. And with this whole LeBron being the GOAT thing, it's a sales job. And it is one of the worst, if not the worst, in the entire history of sports. It's been something they've been trying to push, and it's not catching. I mean, some of the young people may get it, or not get it, but think that is the case. But most people who have watched more than 20 minutes of basketball can easily see that he's not the greatest player of all time. And the fact that they have to go through all these tactics, we've, tearing down eras, we're done with the 90s, and now this, just stop it. Because here's what I said years ago. If your argument is so self-evident and so strong and so well put together, you don't have to tear down other players, other eras in order to make your case. Your case stands on its own. And the fact that they can't do that, they've never been able to do that, because when they attempt to do it, it falls like a house of cards. And this is just the latest attempt. And it's something I'm getting tired of as a basketball fan, because it's getting to the point where you can't enjoy the game now. It's like there's always anything you see, it's got to be narrative driven, in that, you know, they're trying to constantly figure out a way to push this agenda, and they'll, you know, try to weasel it in any way they can. And it just was not like this in the past with past eras. And it's just, it's tiresome, because you're wasting all this energy on a point that's not there. It's just not. I mean, I don't know else how to say it. Any way you want to slice it, LeBron James is not better than Michael Jordan, much less the greatest basketball player of all time. Full stop, case closed, game over, good night, drive home safe. I don't know what else to say. And this is just the latest tactic, and quite frankly, I've tried to be somewhat, right now, I'm so annoyed. I don't even know the word that I want to use, but, you know, I try to be level-headed. Let's just go with that, with the discussion. But it's clear that they're just pulling out all the stops in order to try to prove their case, which is ironic. And I'm going to say this: they want to try to say the books were cooked. Meanwhile, LeBron is one of the most egregious stat padders of the last 15 years, and so, even if this is the path they're choosing to go down, it's not going to end well with them, for them, because their guy, I mean, this dude is a known stat pad. I mean, we see it. We particularly, I would say, even back to his second run in Cleveland. But you can go back further than that. I mean, it's so egregious, it's not even funny. But now you want to try to say that, oh, well, they were cooking the books for MJ, and we know what it's about. And when you can't, you know, find, when your argument is not self-evident and is not strong, the only thing you can do is to try to discredit, disparage, and tear down others in order to build up your case, which you never had in the first place. So, you know, that's all I got. You know, these people, they're shameless. They're shameless. They're just absolutely shameless. And they're part of the reason that basketball coverage has gone to hell in a handbasket. It's part of the reason why the game, how it's presented and played, has gone to hell in a handbasket. It's part of the reason of how the basketball discourse has gone to hell in a handbasket, because of these sort of tactics that they like to employ. And the real basketball fans, we're getting tired of it. And that's all I got. I don't want to drone on about this anymore. But what do you think of this latest tactic that the propaganda arm of Clutch Sports, aka the LeMedia, is seeking to employ now? Let us know what you think about it in the comments section. Let's have a conversation about it. And as always, thank you for spending a few moments with us. And as I like to end every video with, and you should do anyway, tell the ones that you love them. Peace.